Okay, period 2 and period 8. Because of the issues with people having trouble keeping up and getting kicked out and then having to catch up, I'm going to go against the county rule that I have to do all of my instruction in real time because, as you've already noticed, it's too hard to keep everybody flying in formation. So I'm going to make these videos in addition to me guiding, or I may just put the video up and I'll help people on the side who are having trouble. But the videos will be there for support during class and after class, and it's a lot shorter than waiting for waiting through the BBCU recording, which is an hour and a half long, and most of it's useless. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to show you how to get yourself set up to do part 2, day 2, part 2 of the introduction to ArcGIS Online. I'm going to start here with my states map. If your problem starts before this, if your problem is you don't have anything on your map, then you'll have to see me separately, but you just have to add states to your map. And from this point, we move forward. We're going to click on changing style, and we're going to leave it on show location only. Click options, and we see symbols. Click on, you see where the orange that matches the color on the map, click symbols. We're going to leave it on fill for a moment and then change it to, let me see if there's a no fill. Yeah, it's just white. Okay, so there is no fill. Maybe there is. Let's see. No color. We can try that. And yeah, there you go. And let's see what happens if I apply that. Okay, so there's no color, but the lines are orange, and I want to change that. So I'm clicking on symbol. Now I'm going to switch to outline. To the right of fill, click outline, and I want to change it to black and then change the point size to 2 and then OK it. So now I have just the outlines of the states. Okay, and I'd like to, now we're going to, okay, we have to hit OK. Make sure you hit OK after all these actions. I learned this myself the hard way. You're not finished until you hit the OK button. If you just back out of this, everything you've done is lost, and when you reopen your map, it's all back to zero, like you're starting over. So make sure you hit OK and then done. Now that step is finished. Okay, now we're going to search. I was trying to find county data online that has the demographics. I could not find it. I think I know the reason. It's because it's very big data. So we're going to, I uploaded my own and published it for you, so we have to search for it in our organization instead of on ArcGIS Online. So it's search for layers. You're going to change it from my content to my organization. And when you get there, you'll see that there is a map. Let's go ahead and search it. It's right here, but if I search SE counties, you'll see we have SE counties right here. So add the southeast counties to the map, and you'll notice that it doesn't load real well. It kind of gets started, but it has a hard time finishing. And it's because it's a lot of data, and we are at a wide extent on the map. And it thinks it's trying to fill data in for the whole United States and at a great level of detail. So what you can do is help it focus on just the southeast by scrolling in, and it should finish filling in for you. There it goes. Still could take a while, but it will fill in faster. So you wait a few moments. Okay, zoom out now. And now it should just, it takes a little playing, but now we have it all, okay? So this is just the boundaries of the counties now. I'm going to change the layer order. So I'm going to go over to details, and I'm going to move the counties below the states or move the states above, it doesn't matter which. And now we can see the state boundary lines superimposed on top of the counties. Okay. Now mouse onto the counties, and we're going to first take a look at the data table. You can see that it has the same demographic data, races, Asians, Hawaiian, has all that data that you saw with the states, but now it's for every county, not just for the state. Okay, and go to change the style, and we're going to change it to from a location only. We're now going to change it to show the black population like we did yesterday in our last class in states, but now we're going to do it for the counties. And you will notice that it tries to draw the map with these point centroids that show larger amounts in big circles and smaller amounts in small circles. And this again is we don't want this, and it will take a long time to load. So let's just go ahead and click on the purple counts and amounts color, and it will shift to this. And if it does take a while to load, you can help it by moving in a little bit, and it should fill faster, and then come back out so you can see all of it. Okay, now what you see here is absolute counts, and the reason I can tell that is it looks kind of random. There's no pattern. There is a pattern in a way, and what it is that every place you see a dark square or a dark polygon, that's probably a town or a city, because it's or an urban area, because there tends to be a lot of everybody in those places. This could be a map of whites or Hispanics, and it would look similar because there's more of everyone in cities and urban areas. So the map stays kind of the same as you change it from blacks, whites, Hispanics, and so forth. You don't see dramatic change because you're just mapping out numbers of people, and obviously there's more people living in the cities. So we have to normalize it, and that will dramatically change the map. So over here on the purple, click over here again in the purple options, change divided by from none to population 2015. We're going to divide by the total population, which is normalizing the data, and we see something more dramatic happen. Make sure we hit done again, and until you're not finished until you see those windows disappear and you're left with just your legend. And look at this. Let me change it to legend like this. There we go. So what this means is, and we could change this to percentages, that's like 32% actually, that's what it means. In the dark areas, the 32% of the population in the darkest areas is African American. Okay, it just shows where their highest concentrations are. And this is a very interesting thing because this happens to correspond with a historic map. And let's see if I can get this. This is a map of slave population made during the Civil War, end of the Civil War, slave population of the southern United States. This map was commissioned by ordered by Abraham Lincoln, because after the Emancipation Proclamation, he wanted to know where the people lived who were going to be affected by this. And what's fairly fascinating to me about it is that it looks very similar to the present day. Isn't that crazy? That's pretty wild. And there are lots of thoughts that you could have about why that's the case. These people are free to move, but why haven't they? And that's a geographer's question. That's not a technology question. It's not really a GIS question. GIS just helped us make this map. But now, how long do you think it took them to make this map? This was probably years, at least a year of work. People had to move around on horses and find out the populations of these areas, do the actual counting. All you had to do was upload census data and normalize it. Crazy, right? Hurry up, computer. put things in perspective. All right, so the next step is to zoom in on Virginia. So we're going to do a filter here. So for the counties, I want you to click on filter. I'm on the second, Southeast counties. Click on filter. Change this to state name. We're going to leave this box in the middle as is. Click the button for unique values. Choose Virginia. And then apply the filter and zoom to Virginia. Then we're going to change the base map up here at the top. Let's just try the light grayscale. It's too light. I like the dark scale. So I'll change it. This is becoming my favorite map. But that color blue is a little bit dark against the black background. So I'm going to hit the Southeast counties change style again. And I'm going to click on the options. And I'm going to change the symbol to something a little lighter. Like maybe this one. And now I'm good to go. Okay, and this is normalized population. Now you also have to show absolute and then take a screen capture. And how do you do that? Well, you move your map up in the right hand corner, and if this is your absolute map for the first box in the day 2 assignment, you take Snagit, you bring up Snagit. This may run over my 15 minutes here, so I may not be able to show you all of this. Yeah, well, you end up capturing this corner in the upper right here, and make sure you get your name in your screen capture. If you're having trouble with using Snagit to make your screen captures, you just have to get in touch with me. At least you've got the map done and you can do it, so I can help you with that. All right, and the last thing is, if you wanted to go back and get to your unnormalized map, that means the absolute map, you simply have to go back into your options and take away the divided by and remove and turn it back to none, and then your map is absolute again. Okay, so that's the absolute. And then when you divide by the total population 2015, now you're normalizing it. Notice it shifts. Okay, so there you go. That's what you need to know to do day 2. And if you have questions, I'll create breakout rooms in Google BBCU to help people individually over there, or in the main room. We'll see how it works. Okay. Thank you. Hope that's helpful.